Thank you very much. We may be seated.
So today we are going to discuss about a friendship that was, or maybe it still exists, but I doubt. It's a friendship between the First Lady, Rachel Ruto, the wife to the President, and Dorcas Gachagua, wife to the Deputy President. So these two ladies, I don't know if they were friends before, but I highly doubt. But if they were, maybe not that close. But the union between now the President and the Deputy President after election brought them together and they became close friends. So number one, they became close friends because of the union, because the husband to the first one is the President and the other one was the Deputy President. The second thing, they had one thing in common, the religion. So the church kind of brought them together. Now the question Kenyans are having, with all these things that have been happening recently, now the Deputy President being impeached, and of course you saw how emotional it was, because I saw when the Deputy President was making his speech after being discharged from Karen Hospital with the wife, so emotional, they even cried, and the lamentation that the Deputy President said what he went through in the hands of the President, and of course even the assassination attempts and so on and so forth. So, and even one thing that was so interesting is now the church that used to host, let me say host, both the President and the Deputy President and their wives, who are very religious people, and actually Dorcas is a pastor. So now the church has come to realize that it was all lies, you know, and then they even saying they are regretting even supporting this to the duo in the whatever. But the blame is going to the main guy, the President, because he's the one who is foreseeing all these things. But now question remains, Rachel Ruto, what is going through her head? Is she even trying to pick a phone and call Dorcas and tell her, Mama, I'm sorry for what is happening. I'll try to talk to the President. We can try to adjust this and this. I'm sorry. How is your husband doing? Is she even trying to do that?
Rachel Ruto, Dorcas Irikadia. Rachel Ruto, wewe ni muombaji. Dorcas Irikadia, wewe ni pastor. Nyinyi ni watu ambao mnajua neno la Mungu. Mliomba wakati mlikuwa mnatafuta kura. Wazee wenu walikuwa wanatafuta kura. Sauti iliniambia mnajua ukweli.
What I think happened, those are kind of relationship we call them by chance. They are there because of the convenience of it. But once now the convenience of it, the whole pictures get out of the nini, the friendship kind of fades away. So right now, I don't think even these two ladies are talking from my perspective, because the best Rachel could have done to her friend is try to convince the husband to drop the motion and stop impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. But the whole thing, it was way beyond that. And the way I see the President is more of a dictator. And I don't think there's any point in time he can listen to the wife. Because you can look at the character of a person. But now, women being women, they're emotional and they have that attachment. Of course, I know she's going through a lot. She's asking herself, after what I portrayed myself as a church person, a church goer, even my husband, we went to churches, we did these donations, we were prayed for, and people, even the pastors, the bishops, they were praising them. And they are saying, they were even saying, I can even quote, that for the very first time in Kenya, we have a president who fears God, and the wife fears God. And the deputy president and the wife to the deputy president, the whole pack, they fear God. Only later on, they come to realize, with all the scandals that are happening, the country we love so much being sliced into pieces and people taking their own pieces. When the pastors now are realizing what exactly has happened, now they're now shifting. And they're saying, oh, we're embarrassed. We're embarrassed that we are hosting these leaders. We are giving them the front row seats. You could see that. They were so praised in churches that before even the sermon, they were introduced, they could make a speech. It was so colorful in the churches, and even pastors and bishops were fighting over them. They were saying, oh, we have seen that. Now, that whole thing is fading away. The pastors, some have come into the limelight and said, oh, we're embarrassed, we're sorry. And actually, the next step we are taking is sending these guys home. But there are some other pastors and bishops who have not even talked. Those who are maybe, they were given donations and huge grants. They're still in the silence, they're still wondering, nitasema nini jo, nitaambia watu nini. It's kind of tricky because politics is a different, it's an entire different game. And there's an episode I did, and I talked of how Ruto is a genius. He was able to manipulate Kenyans through the church. He was able to craft his campaigns and put church in the middle of it. So him with the Bible, Mwadhani Agosho, all those kind of things, which really worked for him, because I know church, because Kenya and basically Africans, they're more attached to church. They're so emotional when it comes to issues of the church. And that is one thing the president, that's what I'm saying, Ruto is a genius. He saw that opportunity, and so these guys, wenye wanapenda kanisa, na kuambia nitaingia hiyo kanisa na nitawachukulia hizo votes, and he did it without effortlessly. Let me say effortlessly. So that was one of the amazing tricks that is in Ruto's book, Religion. But now the bad thing is now, I don't know if he can use it again. But him being him, I know he has some other tricks. And of course, people, right now you can see people complaining. But then something small can twist Kenyans' minds, and you wonder, guy, yani mnasahau hizi vitu zili happen, mukariga nero. You know the things that happened during the last election, me, I don't expect to see those kind of things. Me, I expect these guys to go home. What? Bila huruma. The very same way tuliamka kwa vote. Duraku. The same morale, we should have that morale. But then we are going to send them home. And if possible, we elect a new crop of leaders. People who are not necessarily politicians, but they are people who can bring change to a country. They can be economists, they can be in different field, but at least they have a manifesto, they have an agenda, they have less lies. Because not everyone can be entirely truthful, but at least someone who can bring change. So about the issue of Rachel, Ruto, and Dorcas, these two ladies, they are not talking. I think for them, I think they can't, because there's no way Dorcas can go through that, and her friend did nothing to help her. Maybe she did, but we didn't see any results. So I think they're in that kind of situation, that weird situation. I doubt if they even calling each other. They are not even seeing eye to eye. At the very same time, I think Rachel Ruto is in a very peculiar position, because right now, I even wonder which church she'll be going to, because she's a church person, but now the church is now alienating itself. It's kind of shifting now from this couple to a different line of now sending them home. So what I would say is that it's interesting. Let's see how things will unfold. And guys, keep on watching this channel, keep on subscribing. We are trying to build audience. At least let's get to a place we can say, yes, we are reaching more and more Kenyans. We are trying to impact lives. We are trying to bring information that can help people make decisive, or rather better decisions when it comes to the leadership of this country. So guys, thank you. My name is Waidho Mbinjoki, your political commentator, analyst. Thank you so much.